This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana makes car selling fast and easy from start to finish. Enter your license plate or VIN and get a real offer in seconds, down to the penny. If you accept, Carvana will come pick up your car from your driveway. Or you can drop it off at one of our car vending machines. Either way, you get paid instantly. It's fast, transparent, and 100% online. Car selling that saves your time. That's Carvana.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. And in today's episode, so I wanted to talk a little bit more on the Mizkif and just overall his situation. You know, I feel like that there are a lot of creators that think along the lines like Mizkif, and it's a dangerous mindset to have where it's like you're constantly comparing yourself to other creators, and I'm like, fam, that's not a way to go about content creation. You know, it's like you, or just even being being into the entertainment business, you should not be thinking along the lines like, oh, I have to be better than this person, or I got to get more views than this person, or I got to, like, I guess, like, if you're like on some stand-up comedy business, you're all like, oh, I got to get more laughs than that person. And if you're an actor, you're like, oh, my movie has to make this much in the box office. Like, it doesn't matter what area of the entertainment business you are in, you should not be comparing yourself to other people. Because my thing is this: you're that caught up comparing yourself to other people, you're never going to be great. You're never going to look at yourself as a great entertainer. And that's why I'm like, with me, I had to learn that at a young age, where I'm like, okay, my thing is this: if I want to have a successful career, I can't be worried about what other people are doing. I guess, like, I can in a way, but not in a way where it's going to affect me and my work, you know? So that's why I'm like, okay, if I see somebody doing, I guess, like, just overall explaining how I got into doing the content that I'm doing today. So reaction videos. It's like, all right, I see people are doing reaction videos. I want to do reaction videos. I want to add my own little spin to reaction videos. My videos might not, and that's the thing where it's like, I feel like I don't even need to tell myself that, but it's like, I know I'm not going to get the same amount of views as, I'm trying to think of a creator, I'm Dante or Mr. Beast or PewDiePie, because I'm not them. They're their own people. I am myself. I am TMossBoss. I'm like, and that's the thing where it's, you know, throughout my years of being a content creator, people have tried to do that. People have tried to, I guess, put me in that mindset of me comparing myself to somebody else. And I'm like, fam, it's not needed. You know, like, if they're having to do that, or if they're having to promote that, I'm always going to be better than them, you know, and that's not something where I'm trying to sound arrogant or cocky or whatever. No, that's just how that works. When you sit down and you think of a creator where they ain't got no form of competition in them, like, if they are like being competitive, it's like they're doing it in a friendly, I guess, way, in a, like, you know, in a sense, but at the same time, it's like, it's just not needed, you know, like, and I'm trying to, like, piece it together, like, why is it okay, I guess, for some people to be thinking along the lines like, I gotta be competitive with content creators, like, I have to stand out more, I have to do this, I have to do that. And I'm like, fam, you gotta sit down and think about it. If you're not an entertaining content creator, people are not gonna watch your content. So you can try to do this, you could try to do that, and it's like, fam, none of it's gonna work unless, if you're an entertaining content creator, then the thing is this. That's why I more so want, for myself, is I want people to subscribe to me for me, not for the videos that I'm reacting to, or the game that I'm playing, or the music that I'm making. Yeah, obviously I want them to be entertained by that stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, I do want people to be like, oh, TMossBoss uploaded a new video, not, oh, this guy uploaded a video that I'm a fan of and stuff. You know, I want people to be a fan of me, so that's why I'm like, you know, and I guess my thing is this: if I'm not entertaining, if people ain't fooling with my content like that, I'm like, hey, it's whatever, you know. But I think that's another thing too, and it's something where it's like, I feel like that's like the basic thing that you could tell somebody when it comes to being in the entertainment business, is that you have to be yourself. But if you're being fake on the internet, why do you think that you're going to be successful, you know? So yeah, it's like watching just the small bit of content that I have seen of Mizkif. Like he, and this was like before all this stuff had went down. I was like, I wasn't entertained, like if it was a situation where I'm like, okay, I gotta at some point in time today become a Mizkif fan. I never seen no content that made me a Mizkif fan. So and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being as blunt as I possibly can be. I've seen a few clips of him and stuff before all this stuff had went down between him and Emeru. But yeah, it wasn't like clips that stood out. It wasn't stuff where I'm like, oh, I gotta watch more of this guy. I gotta see, and it seemed like a lot of times, like when I would see clips of him, it was always because he had somebody involved in the clip, so it wasn't like him. It was always those that he had involved. So it's like, yeah, if you got some attractive woman or another content creator, or you got some stuff going on, whether it's a game that you're playing there, it's like people are not watching you for you. I don't think he understands that. And it's like they're watching your streams because they're all like, oh, such and such might make an appearance. So, and that's the thing where you gotta sit down and think about it too, where it's like, if you got his biggest stream, and I don't know what his biggest stream would be, but let's just say his biggest stream was with Emeru, and then it's like, yeah, and it's like that stream had like 40,000 viewers or something like that, right? And then he, separates himself from Emeru, and he just starts streaming on his own. He just starts doing his own thing, and now he only has like 20,000 viewers. You're still and what's crazy is that people would have like a lot of viewers like that, and it wouldn't be enough. And I'm like, fam, you have a stream where when you look at your chat, like, fam, the thing is this: I can stream for like 3-4 hours, still see the first message that was ever sent in my stream. That's when I'm like, fam, like it could be, I wouldn't say it's worse, but I guess like in his mindset, it will be worse and things. But I'm like, yeah, it overall can be worse, I guess, in a sense. Because I'm like, I don't know, like I wouldn't look at it as a bad thing for me. I'm like, fam, I'm a small creator. People don't really know me like that, But on top of that too, it's like I need to put myself out there more, So it's like whether I need to market myself, because I'm like, I would say that I'm my own marketing team. Like, I post my own clips, I don't have like fan pages and all that stuff. Like I am my own fan page, it's my main account and stuff. So, but yeah, it's like I don't have people posting a bunch of my clips, like I don't have people sharing my content left and right, unless it's like some video that's going viral. Other than that, it's like, yeah, fam, like people, even though like I would have to say this past couple of years from YouTube and Instagram, like I'll have to say it's probably been some of my most successful years with content creating like ever throughout the 15 years I've been a content creator. I still feel like that people don't know me like that, like it's not a name that stands out. And that's the thing where it's like, he's a standout person. Like, I guess if I could compliment Mizkif, it's like, you are a standout person. People know who you are. The thing is this: if it's a toss-up, like let's say TwitchCon is holding an event and it's a toss-up between me headlining the event or Mizkif headlining the event, fam, I must have to check in like anybody else. Like, they're going to just look at me as a fan. They're not going to acknowledge me as a streamer. My thing is this: if they was all like, oh, are you a fan or a streamer? I'm like, oh, I'm a streamer. And they're like, oh, well, you don't really be, you ain't popping off like that. So we going to consider you a fan. Like, yeah, if there was like a lineup of, fans on one side of the arena and content creators on the other side, even with all of the success that I have reached throughout like the years of me being a content creator, they still would consider me a fan. So that's, if I had to compare myself to Mizkif, fam, Mizkif has his own Wikipedia page. That's why I'm like, my thing is this: if you got a Wikipedia page, you're famous. Like, if you got one of those famous birthday pages, you're famous. I don't have that. I'm like, my thing is this: if I had to have one of those pages, I would have to create it myself, and it would have to be published on like some third-party website. But other than that, I'm like, fam, I'm not at that point yet in my life where I have pages like that being created of me. It's like, if something happens with me, it's like I'm not having Dexertu in drama. Well, no, actually, I was in a drama alert video years ago. I'll talk about that at some point in time. I should do a story time about the time when I was was in the drama alert video. But anyways, it might be the next episode. I'll talk on it at some point. But anyways, but yeah, it's like Dexter 2 ain't gonna post about me. Drama alert ain't gonna post about me. Scarce ain't gonna post about me. I'm trying to think. TMZ ain't gonna post about me. I even think, hold on for a second. I think even TMZ, like, that's how big this situation between him and Emeru was. Hold on. Let me just see. Well, it wasn't, actually, TMZ, I don't think they made no, website about it, but no, he was posted on TMZ. I guess it was like, Jason Derulo was on his stream or something like that. But, other than that, I'm like, yeah, fam, I'm not at that level of success yet, but I guess I wouldn't really call it successful if you got people talking about you in a negative way, because when you sit down and you look at yourself as a person, is that something that you could be proud of? Like, because I think his name is Matt, so I'm like, can Matt be proud of Mizkif, the content creator that he put out for the world to see? But it's like, and I guess, like, if you're putting out one thing, but behind closed doors, it's like you're this evil-minded Matt, where it's like you're putting Emeru in a situation, you're putting, because I think it was his other girlfriend, Maya Higa, it's like you're putting her in a situation. Do you think that's a wise idea for you as a person? And it's like, and there's so much that you have to, like, that you can lose as a content creator. Do you think that's a wise decision to put, even if you're not a content creator, still, you just got to have respect for people. And that's something that he don't have. And I'm like, and I see things like that, and I'm like, bro, how do you expect yourself to be? And I guarantee you, I promise you, bro is probably, I wonder, hold on for a second, can we check his social blade and all that? It's like, you thought you was having a tough time back then, I guess, like, with your content creating career, but it's like, fam, it's really gonna be bad now, because it's like, it's just, you messed up way too much in things. But yeah, bro, he's losing, dang, he lost in just 2 days, he lost 30,000 subscribers. Like, they're saying on the daily average, he's losing 1,000. Weekly average, he's losing 30,000. Last 30 days, 30,000. 14 days, 30,000. And it's fam, and it's going to continue being that way. Like, he ain't even gaining views and stuff. Like, it's probably Social Blade might be a little behind and things, but it's probably moving at a rapid rate. But it's like, fam, you're losing that many subscribers and stuff over it, and it's like, I'm like, you guys sit down and think about it. People are not subscribed to you for you. I'm sorry to break that news to you, but it's like, fam, you're not a standout creator in a way that you are. You have built a name for yourself, people. But I feel like that if it wasn't for the people that you were around, nobody would know who Mizkif was. I'm sorry to break that news to you, but I guarantee and I promise you, we have seen more like collaborations in, with Mizkif, like that, like those are the streams that stand out more. Those are because hold on for a second. Let's just maybe I could be wrong, but let's just open up his YouTube channel and all that stuff. So hold on for a second. Let me open up. So okay, let's open up his YouTube. TikTok has like that most viewed thing. Let's open up his Twitch channel. So on his Twitch channel, let's mute that, because just in case if it's playing in the background, let's look at his clips. Top all clips of all time. It's like you look at all his clips, and it's because, like, one, it looks like he's working out or something like that. That's his most viewed clip. So it's probably like one of them fail clips. Fail clips can always go viral. Second most viewed clip. And it's showing a woman where she's, like, not so much as like wearing revealing, but it's like, yeah, she's, it's clothes where it's like, yeah, people are gonna click on that clip for a reason. It's one of those types of thumbnails. But same with the third thumbnail. Fourth thumbnail, he puts out Pokemon's real name. And then the fifth clip, it's of it's just some revealing woman again and stuff. And then the other one, it ain't even him. It's some like old dude doing some exercise and stuff like it. But it's just overall, you look at a lot of different clips, it's like you see where it's more clips of other people than him, and then like, let's check his YouTube channel. Oh, he posted a video. I should react to his side thing. Yeah, let's You know what? The thing is this. I'm afraid, like, if I react to it, it's going to be a situation where I'll probably say some things that upsets him, and then he's going to mess around and give me a copyright strike. So that's why I'm kind of iffy about it and stuff. But yeah, it's like you look at his most viewed videos and stuff, and it's like it's everybody else besides him, you know. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, fam, you know, you're not one of those creators, I guess, where it's like you could be like it's not like you're not as good as you think that you are, you know. It's like you could be better, but at the same time it's like you have to overall be a better person, but you're not this great content creator that you think that you are, you know. So but that was one thing though where I was like, yeah, I wanted to more so talk on that, like just the mindset that you have to have as a content creator. And I think, yeah, I need to, you know, kind of make this a 2-for-1 special and stuff. But that I feel like that if you have a mindset with content creating where you want to put content creating first and not your own personal, like, you know, just who you are, like you're not putting yourself first, you're putting videos and everything else. Like, I get that, I understand that, and I know at times I can think along those lines where I'm like, oh, I gotta put content creating first. It's not a healthy mindset to have, you know. It's like you have to balance your life out, because if like things is unbalanced, like the thing is this with content creating, if you make it into an unbalanced situation, then you're not going to be this good content creator that you're aiming to be. So it's like at times you are going to have to balance things out. You are going to have to do things for yourself where it's like it's taking you away from content creating. And I'm like, with me, it's like hanging out with friends, hanging out with family, you know, sitting down, listening to music. What else? Going outside and exercising for a little bit, or even just exercising from the comfort of my own home. I've been thinking about that, getting a gym membership and lifting weights. But overall though, and it's like, yeah, there's at times where I'm like, I do want to kind of involve it with content creating, the stuff that I do outside. But I'm like, nah, but at the same time though, I'm like, I have to just kind of do things, you know, just separate it from content creating. So yeah, and I'm like, and I feel like that I feel like if I were had to describe my life, it's like a 60-40 where like 60% of it is content creation, and then 40% of it is just, you know, personal life stuff. And yeah, and it's like, and I'm out here preaching, like, you know, trying to tell y'all, it's like, you know, have a balanced out life. I'm still trying to work on it, but yeah, at the same time, and I'm like, there's even at times where I've had to like change up my channels, because I'm like, you know, I feel like that this is just way too involved, you know. And it's like, it's not something where I guess like it's too involved. I'm like, I need to kind of figure out some other things to do, you know, where it's like it's not as involved and stuff with, I guess, like with my personal life and things. But even like, but yeah, because I was like, I remember there was one channel where I was like, yeah, I mean, I've had some channels where it's kind of like that, where it's like you know, like based off of a video game, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I feel like it's just a waste of time and money, especially if it's like, if the game ain't really all that good. I'm like, yeah, I can't really, you know, have a channel based off of no stuff like that, you know. So, but and then I feel like the main thing that hearing him talk about was the whole like Emeru having more viewers than him, and how he was feeling suicidal over it and stuff. Like, he was like, so I guess like for those that didn't watch the stream where Emeru was talking on her, detailing her relationship with Mizkif, so there was, and you actually can find that stream of when they were both playing Rust. And so, no, what's funny is that there is this video that just recently came out where it's showing all these different clips between Mizkif, Emeru, and Maya Higa, where it's like, you know, where it's like in like just separate times of when Mizkif was in a relationship with the both of them and stuff. But anyways, but no, there's this clip where Mizkif and Emeru was both playing Rust. I don't know if like Rust, I think they had like some sort of special event going on, but anyways, so they're playing Rust. Emeru, I think, had like 25,000 viewers. Mizkif had 20,000. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, fam, I would at least like to just get 20. I would at least like to just get 10. And it's like reoccurring. Fam, the thing is this. If I can, I guess, like just talk about my Twitch channel real quick. I've gained followers over the years. Like, I remember when I had like started, when I started streaming, it was in late 2020, and it was because YouTube, they were giving me like these guideline strikes and stuff. So I was like, I didn't know what was gonna go down with YouTube, but I'm like, okay, let me kind of build up streaming and stuff and see how that goes. I had like 76, because I've had my Twitch channel for a minute. Like, I was kind of just watching people at one point. I did, before 2020, I did try to stream a few times. But it was too much to handle. I'm like, especially trying to, I was working a full-time job and then trying to come home and stream. I was like, that's too much, man. There was days where I just wanted to come home and just sleep, So anyways, I go ahead and start up streaming in late 2020, and like since then, I'm like, there have been times where I'm like, I've had some somewhat successful streams, but other than that, I'm like, fam, I had to say, like, I've gained followers throughout the years. Like, I had 76, I got like 800. It was like 70 something, but anyways, I have let's see real quick. Open up my Twitch channel, or not Twitch channel, but like that dashboard thing. I was like Xing out because I had like some stuff. 823 followers. Fam, I still get the same amount of viewers, and I've been having the same amount of viewers for probably like 2-3 years now. Like, I had to say, like, maybe like it seemed like at one point in time, like, I would like kind of like break the 1 viewer mark, but yeah, bro, it's like, if I see 2 people viewing my stream, I'm like, oh wow, dang, I'm like, I got 2 people and things. But here's the thing though, I know people are probably all like, well, who's that 1 viewer? WiseBot. And it's when like you go and like you start playing a different game, and then you type it up like, oh, I'm now playing, like, you go from playing Call of Duty and then you're playing Battlefield, and then WiseBot will type it in chat like, oh, now playing Battlefield or something like that. That's the only like time where I'm having like, somebody. And I mean, like, there are at times like, where friends will join my stream, but I like, that's another thing though, is that I stream twice a day, and I kind of, and it's like my hours is all over the place. Like, some days I'll stream at like 1 p.m. Another days I'll stream 2 p.m. and then 3 p.m. 4. Like, it's never the same. I just try to like stream whenever I guess like I finish up doing YouTube videos. And I'm like, oh, all right, like, let me go and stream a game or do whatever and stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like I'm not a content creator where I would like to get 20,000 viewers to just see overall what it felt like and stuff. But yeah, man, I'm like, I would have to say, like, yesterday was probably my biggest stream in a fat minute. Like, I had to say probably years. Like, I don't think besides TikTok, I don't think on Twitch I have ever broken past for like years. Yeah, it's been a while since I've broke past 20 viewers, and it was actually because of my friend Mazurka raiding out to me. So like, that's the only time when I could get a lot of viewers, is if somebody raids out to me. Other than that, I'm like, fam, I'm not getting a whole lot of viewers like that. But that's the thing though, my mind, I would have to say I'm in a more accepting stage of my life where I'm like, hey, if that's what the viewership is going to be, that's what the viewership is going to be. Like, if a person joins, cool. If not, then I'm like, hey, then I got a stream where I could get clips out of it and post it on YouTube or TikTok or even Instagram and stuff, and yeah, and it's like, fam, that's the thing. Like, let me just overall kind of, I guess, like, for somebody that's not really a small content creator, and you're all like, how is it for a small content creator? So, and it's crazy because I'm like, people will probably look at my social media accounts and they're like, fam, you're not a small content creator. You got thousands of followers on TikTok. You got thousands of followers on Instagram, and you got over 100,000 followers on YouTube or subscribers. You are not a small content creator. But when you look at them views, yes, I am a small content creator. And it's like, because no, the thing is this, you look at my most viewed videos, that's the reason why I got thousands of followers on TikTok. That's the reason why I got thousands of followers on Instagram. That's the reason why I got over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's because of my most viewed videos. When you look at my recent videos, yeah, I'm bringing in viewers. And what's crazy is that there's at times when there's accounts smaller than me bringing in more views. Like, fam, like, there's somebody, hold on for a second. Let me just open up Twitch real quick, because I know that there has to be somebody live where they got less viewers, or not viewers, but subscribers than me. So let me just actually kind of go through and see somebody that has less. Dang, it's like everybody got over like 1,000. And then that's the crazy thing too. It's like there's people that I just clicked on where it's like there's this one streamer. I ain't gonna name drop them, but it's like they got over 5,000 followers. They've been streaming for 2 hours and they only got 9 viewers in their account. I know people will probably be all like, oh, it's different for women. Women get a lot more views. This is a woman that I'm watching right now. Like she, like a whole woman, and yes, she only has 9 people watching her stream right now. So, but dang, it's like I cannot find somebody with like less followers than me. I'm like, fam, what's going on here? Yeah, and it's like the higher I go up. So I tried, but anyways, maybe it's I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I was gonna try to prove a point and stuff, but I'm like, yeah, point not proven. So, but anyways, but yeah, there have been times though where I've clicked on people's streams and they got less not viewers, but less followers than me, but they got more viewers, you know. And then there's at times where I'm like, people on TikTok, for an example, they got less or followers than me, but they get more views than me. Same with YouTube. That's just how the internet works. You know, I'm not going to be as entertaining as those creators, and it could be a situation where like, you know, and I feel like that, you know, people they say that a lot and they use that excuse a lot where it's like, oh, it could be because the creator is a woman and women pull more viewers than men. That could be true, but I have seen there are male streamers streaming right now where they got like more viewers, and it's because like, for an example, Queso, and there's a few other like female streamers and stuff where I would say I don't know, like I wouldn't necessarily say that they're bigger than him. But here's the thing. I know people are going to be thinking I'm trying to be funny and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I realized what I was saying. I meant like content wise, not like physique and physical. And then like, no, I mean like content wise, where I feel like that there have been some creators where they have had more viral moments than, I take that back. I feel like Queso, he's somebody where it's like, if there's like a content creator of the year, like, there is. He definitely would be nominated. I feel like that, and his nomination would be rightfully earned and stuff. So, but and I just think that it's like when you're comparing, like talking back on Mizkif, when you're comparing somebody like Mizkif to Queso, it's not a fair comparison. I'm like, Queso, I wouldn't say that he's let's just see how many, because I think Mizkif has, oh no, I take that back. No, Queso, he got a lot more followers than Mizkif, I was about to say. But, and you know what's crazy is that I think like Queso, he hasn't really been in the game for that long. Like he's been in the game for a little bit, but comparing him to Mizkif, I think Mizkif, like I said, he has like a Wikipedia page. So Mizkif, he's been in the business a lot longer. And it's like, fam, the thing is this. If a creator is more entertaining than you, I guess talking back on that Emaru and Russ stream that was going on where she had more viewers than him and stuff, fam, if she's more entertaining than you can't be upset about that. But no, and what was crazy was that, so there was this video where it's like showcasing all these different like clips of just, you know, Mizkif just being toxic, and that was one of the clips where Maya Higa, this was when they were had like their relationship going on. But anyways, so like they're sitting down talking about like content creating and all that stuff, and he's all like, I done built her up and I, you know, done brought her into this content creating and all that. I can't remember what he said word for word, but it was one of those things where it's like, fam, you're trying to have that much control over a person's career, and it's like, you're not like this king or a god that you're trying to paint yourself that you're trying to be and stuff. Like, no, your name is Matt and you just so happen to be a big content creator. There's nothing special about that, bruh. Like, I think somebody, he definitely needs to, and probably with this situation going as viral as it did, it probably, this is gonna be the situation that kicks him off of his high horse, because it's like, fam, you're not, I guess, like, you know, not to bring up old memes and stuff, but I'm like, you're not that guy, pal. Like, you never have been and you never will be. And I don't mean that. The thing is this, I do not mean this in a disrespectful way, but at the same time, somebody has to tell you, all right? So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service, and peace.